Okay, so we're here installing the new anti-roll bar. We're going to start with the front. If I have enough time today, we'll do the rear. If not, we're going to have to do that in a second video. It's about 3 o'clock. I have about 2 hours of sunlight. We're here in the back patio because I have nowhere that doesn't have ice except for the back patio. So it's a little cramped. Usually I would be doing this on the driveway, but there's too much ice there. It's probably about 30 degrees. Not terribly chilly, but it is a little cold. So I started already by lifting the car up on the jacks. I did it on both sides. You got the car tires off both sides. And what we're after is this bar here. We're gonna go ahead and take that out. To get to that, from what I can tell on the car and from the instructions, there's actually two. I'll get you behind this cover here. There's two mounting points. Let's see. There's two mounting points up, one right there, one on the other side, and then we gotta disconnect the front sway bar from the end links, which are up here. So the front end links here. Right there. Sorry about all the camera angles. So that's our front sway bar end link here. Goes up to the struts. So I'm really just gonna disconnect it from up here. I'm not gonna worry about taking it off here because I place the sway bar and the end links all at the same time since I'm here. There's no point in keeping these because these are OEM with the car. And the car just went over the 100,000 mile mark. Besides that, that's all we're going to do today. So to get started, we're going to take this cross member here off. We're going to drop that so we can drop the sway bar down. As you see here, this would get in the way. I don't really think it's necessary to drop it. You might get away with just maneuvering the sway bar out, but just to make things uncomplicated for me at least, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop it. It shouldn't be too difficult. Alright, so let's get started here. Alright, so I'm under the vehicle now. I got the cross member here. I'm not even sure if that's really a cross member. It just could be a support. Well, we got that out of the way. And these are the two brackets we're after. This one and this one. A little bit of rust here. I might throw some paint on there real quick. Sand that out. Let's see here. So we're just going to go ahead and take these off first. I'm going to do these first and then the end links. I think that might be a little bit easier. I could be wrong, but I guess we'll find out. There's two bolts on each side. This is for a 2011 Mustang. I don't know if I said that at the beginning of the video. So the bolts that hold this support here are 14 millimeters. Oh. And there's a dog. And these, I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'll let you know as I'm doing it here. I'll try and film me taking these off for once. So let's get cranking then. Alright, so they are 15 millimeters. Let's give it a try here. And these are surprisingly harder than the other one. Than the bolts that were holding the support there. So Let's try this. Alright, as you can see, both top and bottom bolts are off. There's one, there's the other. So next what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to the end links and we're going to take those off. That'll be on the outside, so I'll show you guys that. Alright, so the bolts that hold the end link are 18 millimeters. You would take them off down here. Oh, that moves now. Alright. So the actual instructions from Eibach say to take them down here. I'm replacing the whole thing, so I'm just going to take it off the top, keep those connected. Alright. Let's give that a shot here. That's the wrong one. And I tried filming as I was taking the bolts off at the bottom. It's just the camera, I don't have a stand that small and the camera wasn't staying there. I think it actually fell on what I had it on. But anyway, let's take these off. I'm going to use my old impact here. Hopefully this works. That's not. Alright. Well, I'm going to need two hands, so I'll be back and I'll show you both of the tie rod ends off. Alright, for those of you doing the exact same thing I'm doing here on the 2011 Mustang, you're going to actually have to hold this nut or this bolt from the back as you're taking the nut off. If it's rusted enough, you won't need it, but it'll break free if you do use like an impact or something like that, like I am. So you just got to hold this and then take the nut off. If not, it's gonna just spin the nut and the bolt at the same time. Alright, so that's one side off, and as I said, here's a little bolt that you hold on to as you spin the nut on the outside off. Let's go do the other side. So as you can see here, we removed the old sway bar here, and the red one's the Eibach, of course, the black one's the old one. We have the old tie rod ends, and to complete the install, I've actually gone ahead and bought some BMR tie rods. So I didn't do an unboxing of this, mainly just because this was kind of a last minute thing and a last minute decision I did, and they just came in like yesterday. So let's go ahead and take these out here. I apologize for the bad camera angles. Alright, so with the box out of the way, not a big box, not like what the BMR control arms, but still nicely packaged. So I went with BMR for two reasons, one of which these are a little bit pricier, so they're not going to be the first choice most people have. Man, this tape is good. Let me put the camera down for a second. Alright, so the main reason I went with BMR was because they are greasable, and I really like that just for the sheer fact that every couple of months you can re-grease these and get the most life out of them. They are adjustable, and I wasn't really aware of that. The main reason I got them was for the fact that they're greasable, so they should theoretically last long, or longer than a normal one. These are, I want to say about I don't remember how much these were. I'll have to edit that in the video. And the second reason I went with these is because I already have BMR products, so I just figured if I do another BMR item, they would work together better than if I would went with a different brand, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and install these. The easiest way to install the bar, I think, is if I install the end first and then install the end, or install the end first and then install the sway bar. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so my phone died. It's actually the around the 4:30 mark. The temperature dropped a lot, so the phone died really quickly. But as you see here, I chose to go with the middle setting for now. The middle setting is like it's the middle setting. If you go to the first setting, it's like a track style car. The last setting is like a really, how do I want to word this? It's like a really soft ride. Medium is in between both of them, obviously. As you obviously see, I have it mounted. I have the brace back on. Again, my phone died, so I didn't really record that much. Let me show you two things that you should really look out for. So getting back underneath the car, as you see, I do have that brace back on. But two things that took me forever to figure out was, so this red lip here, as you can see, I had the gasket on the wrong side. It was too short, and that's something that the instruction doesn't really say, so I kind of just had to figure out the hard way. But at least now, hopefully with this video, most of you will be able to prevent that and not get that grease all over. And that grease is really sticky, so let me just say, wear some gloves. It took me forever to get it off of my hands. The second thing, so the actual brackets on both sides, what you want to do is you want to tighten them together. So what I did was, because the first time around I tightened this side all the way tight, and then this side did not want to sit right. So what I had to do was loosen this side to about here, to have the nut about here. Once I did that, top and bottom, I had enough wiggle room to set that one correctly. So then I would just do like 5 or 10 turns on each nut, top and bottom, then switch to the other side and do 5 or 10. And that was really the most time consuming part. It wasn't terribly difficult. The other thing, last thing here, is right where you see this grease coming out, there are two notches, or not a notch, but there is a slit through this bushing, and the instructions say to put that slit facing towards the ground. Don't know what the purpose of that is, but I just follow that. So just so you guys make sure to put that slit towards facing the ground. Other than that, as you see, the one side I already have the tire on, and I already put the end on that, or the end link. And this side, all I need to do is put the tire on. And obviously it's dark out, so we're not going to have enough time to put the rear sway bar in. I don't know if that would be a problem to drive around with that or not, but from what I gather and from what actual Eibach says, the 2011 Mustang, mine's a V6, so the 2011 V6 doesn't actually have a sway bar in the back, so it should be fine with just driving with the front sway bar until I have time to put the rear one in. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. There will be a part 2, so if you guys want to join me for that, I'd be more than honored to have you guys there. And again, if you guys found this video remotely interesting, learned anything from it, if this helped you out, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and again, it helps me out so much, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.